Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
All right, here we go. It is the Tuesday KVJ After the Show podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, baby. Thank you for dialing it in here on this Tuesday. Let me see. We're doing the No Shave November. My beard is getting out there. Looking on KVJ TV. It's the longest it's ever been. I'm getting all scraggly. Getting long old hair.
Does it tickle when you nuzzle?
I'm not doing any nuzzling, really.
Neither is Kim.
Yeah. Yeah, but not doing any of that.
Get over there and nuzzle him. See if your beard's together.
It will. No,
feel fun.
It'd be
I started to get the feeling Kevin doesn't like when I touch him.
That's why you should do it more.
I hear you, but I don't want to call it an HR. I don't even know if we have an HR.
Hey, you're sexually harassing that dude on your show?
Again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's getting a little bit longer, but I was thinking before November's up, there was a sudden death challenge we had. I thought was pretty good that might play well into it. And the loser, if it be a dude, has to shave his legs, take his leg hair, and then glue it on his face.
Ooh.
In the places where he doesn't have the beard.
Oh, cool. Some more shit Virginia can get out of. Yeah, I love it.
No, wait. Let me finish. If Virginia should do it, then we shave our legs and make a whole cornucopia of 3 dudes' leg hair.
We put a lot of hair on your face. Every time we do that challenge, you lose that one.
She does lose that one, yeah.
Y'all put like ball hair on my face last.
And it was still attached.
That's next level.
That is next level.
Don't threaten me with a good time. No, I think Denny's had to like shave his dick region or something.
Yeah, we definitely did that. We've done that a couple times where we've used it's the pube beard.
Yeah.
And I remember
that was bodily hair.
I remember the first time we did it, we let a call through. I just want to make sure: is there really pubic hair on someone on your show's face right now? Oh my gosh! She could not believe we were doing that.
Yeah, that's why we can't do sudden death that often. Like going in, done that.
It's a little tricky.
Ball hair, done that. Yeah,
pissed in your face, done that.
Yeah.
I was thinking about, because mine's getting real thick, I was about dying mine blonde. What are your thoughts on that, Kev?
I'd be quite a leap.
I was thinking about going blonde and blonde, little top and top, little top of my head.
I'll tell you this: when you go blonde, you won't be able
more fun.
Yes, you become a slut. No, you won't be able to see the gray.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't give a shit about the gray, because you can see the gray coming through here. Originally, I wanted to make this really dark because someone was supposed to come into town. Hulk Hogan.
Oh, Hulk Hogan.
Super Pie.
Super Pie missed his time.
Oh, I mean, Thanksgiving's still a week away.
Oh, I thought that event already happened.
Well, I mean, the event's the pickup is coming up.
Nice. Okay, I got too many alter egos.
Yeah, buy it forward. The last day to buy your pies is tomorrow.
I kind of like gray and facial hair. I think it looks really good on Kevin. But you're right, the blonde will take care of that. But I want like blonde, baby, like Hogan blonde, Hulk Hogan blonde.
It's hot.
I don't know. Would you think it'd look bad?
No, I think it'd be fun.
Yeah. You want to dye our beards?
I don't think so. It's not something I'm leaning to do. Yeah, but it works for you.
Okay.
Doesn't work for me. I dress normal.
And who says Super Pie can't have a blonde beard?
You're right.
You can be whatever he wants you to be.
Damn right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Damn. Let's see here. Got a couple other emails here. Daryl sent in this email. He said, so Virginia, Jaybird, Kevin, for $10 million, would you have sex in front of the other members of the KVJ show and their significant other, and you have to do everything?
Yes.
10 million is pretty good, yeah.
$10 million? Oh, my gosh. Whatever is under the sun, I will be doing.
Yeah. I think it's a no-brainer. We all say yes.
Not only do I tell you to bring your spouse, I say bring snacks, too. Enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, $10 million, and they're like, hey, here's $1 million, just don't ever talk about it again.
But think about when he says everything, it's got to be everything.
Yeah, bring your spouse, bring your family.
Yeah, $10 million?
That's a lot.
It's a lot of money.
I mean, that really is. I mean, people do that for a lot less than $10 million.
I'd rather do that than to do it on Facebook Live because now it's out everywhere.
Yeah.
I'd rather do it in a private setting with just my peeps around.
I wouldn't do it on Facebook Live.
No way. How about for $50 mil? You do it on Facebook Live? And you can't tell anybody why you made that decision. Kev, why'd you have sex on Facebook Live? I don't know.
I don't know. Look at my Lambo.
Yeah, can't see with the glare from that paint job. $50 million?
Your parents know about it, but you can never tell them why you did it.
$50 million is a lot. That's life-changing money. But so is the video on Facebook of you having sex.
I don't know. It worked out well for Kim Kardashian.
Do you do
Probably
it?
do it.
You do? I mean, again, same rules. Everything under the sun, every compromising position you can think of, you are in it.
I don't know. I'd probably have to consider it for 50 mil.
50 mil. So basically, we all will sell our soul.
Everything's for sale, Bird. You're just negotiating on price.
Yeah, I mean, because, hey, if you're doing it, like, for me, it'd be myself and my wife, we'd be doing it. I'm like, yeah, it's not something you should properly show anybody, but.
There's going to be 69ing involved, fingering probably.
And that's her to you.
Exactly. No, we said everything under the sun. This is going to be a 5-hour day, at least.
A 5-hour shoot?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
50 million? I don't know, man. It's a lot.
It sure is.
I don't. But just know every time you go out, someone's gonna know. Oh, there's that guy that did that, or there's that woman who sucked on this.
I mean, how many people would really see it? They take it down, right?
Nope. It's there forever.
It's the one Facebook Live that
You can't take
they
it
don't
out.
take
I think you
down.
got to throw views in it. I think you got to throw in. It gets 3 million views in South Florida.
Oh no, yeah. People, trust me, this thing's going viral. It's going viral. Everyone knows about it. It'll make its way up to Logan, Ohio. The Cox brothers will see it.
Cox brothers. That's gonna be tough. Yeah,
It's a dilemma.
I think the hardest part of it for Kevin and probably for me
The
too
kids.
is the kids and the parents.
I just tell the kids, I'd be like I will give you $1 million if you never look at Facebook.
It's against the. You can't do that. It's against the rules.
Why can't you do that?
It's fucking my
I
scenario.
just read the rules.
It's my scenario. No.
No, you didn't say it. Start
You-
off the game. You got to throw out rules at the beginning of the game. If not, too bad.
No, they have no
You
idea why
snooze,
you've
you
done
lose.
what
We
you've
already signed the contract. You can't add an addendum.
Yep, no.
Nah, I'm the one giving the money. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Yeah, we'll have a $1 million dilemma tomorrow. I got a few more for you tomorrow. A couple other dilemmas here. These are people that do not want to be on the phone or come on the regular show, so they've been requested just for the after the show.
That happens a lot. Dennis gets a lot of people calling with great stories. He's like, "Oh, this is awesome. Yeah, I don't want to go on there. I just want to tell you, Denny's." It's kind of bizarre.
Yeah, no, people do want to share their stories. People do want advice. But yeah, a lot of people, for whatever reasons, they don't, whatever reasons. They don't want people knowing, or they want to change their name, or a lot of them are like the best ones are the people from out of the area because they don't, know the people aren't going to hear it.
And I get why you want to change your name. I just feel like maybe part of the human condition is to tell somebody something you really want them to know.
Oh, absolutely. That's a big part of it.
Maybe
yeah.
not go on the air, but they want to at least call the radio station and say, I talked to somebody.
You have to get stuff off your chest.
Agreed.
Sometimes.
Biggest thing about it, too, and I think people like to get feedback. People want to hear how other people would look at their situation and think about it because, you feel like sometimes you're just sinking. You ever feel like you're just underwater about something? You're so far in the forest, you can't see the road, and you're just like, I don't have any clarity on
Or
this.
you think you're the crazy one. And deep down, you might not be, but because you've been doing something for so long, you're thinking, shit, maybe I am crazy. You need perspective.
Oh, yeah, my wife's great at doing that. We get in an argument, and I'm like, at the end, I'm like, there's no way. If I talk to people, like 95% of people, be going, Kev, yeah, she's nuts. And so, yeah, I'll bring in scenarios all the time on the radio because I'm like, I just want that validation to be like, okay, she's crazy. I just want to make sure.
And that does got to feel a little good.
Oh, absolutely. I'll take my wins whenever I can get them. This email from Nicole said, my mom isn't aware of what I've been getting into, but for years, I've questioned whether or not my dad is actually my biological father.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are mom and dad still together?
Yes. She said, I don't look anything like him or my younger brother or sister. Plus, he has actually told me on more than one occasion that I wasn't his kid.
What? Well, then there's your answer.
Like he was kidding or not. Hey, if he was really meaning it, then I guess I have to give him some props for just being completely honest. But apparently it was done in a way that, is he serious or not? For almost 20 years, I've joked with my mom that I had another father, but she has been adamant all this time that I was being silly. So at the age of 36, I finally went and had my DNA tested. It said that my countries of origin was 97% British Isles. The man who plays my father is Italian. I then had my younger sister tested, and without a doubt, she is only my half-sister because she's got the Italian lineage. Now that I've found the truth, I am not sure how to approach my mom. I think she just wanted this to be true, but it isn't. We have an older half-brother who we knew had another father, but now I think that his father might also be mine.
So he's not your half brother. He's actually your older full brother.
She thinks that.
And the siblings that you have in your house, or you did have in your house, that are younger than you are actually half.
It flips, but she would have to get her older half brother tested to find out, is he actually a full brother or is he legitimately a half brother?
See, this is me. She clearly, if she did the testing, she's got paperwork. I would sit down with my mom and go, Mom, we got to have a talk. No joking aside. I know the truth. Here's the paperwork. Just tell me what's going on. I mean, that's what I would do.
It's
She
very
says-
emotional
Yeah,
for her.
let me
though.
finish the email. She said, I am also worried that this revelation might uncover some infidelity on her part and cause a major rift in her marriage and my family. I love my father, but I am slightly peeved at her, and I am definitely tired of living this lie. Do I have to, or is it time to come clean with this?
Here's what needs to happen. You need to sit down with your mom, just the two of you, one-on-one. Don't involve the guy that's been playing the role of your father, because this is between you and your mom, and then it's between you and your mom and whoever your real dad is. This really doesn't have anything to do with the guy that's been playing your father right now. If your mom wants to bring it up to him, that should be her call and her decision to make. But you need to go figure out your life. You tell your mom you know, and you ask who your real dad is.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that it's emotional, but I mean, you still got to sit down and tell your mom and say, look, this is what's going on.
You don't have to blow up her marriage.
No.
You don't have to blow up your family. You can just tell her one-on-one, hey, I know this guy's not my dad. Who is my real dad?
Yeah, I
And
think
you have the
I
right
think
to
you
know
bring up
that.
the paperwork, and then if she says yes, look, and here's what probably was happening. Maybe I was with somebody else at the time. And
Where's the British Isles guy?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, hey, could you discreetly connect me with my biological father?
I don't want to blow up anybody's marriage. I don't want to make life rough. I come to find out, I bet you she'll find out that the man playing the role of her father already knows.
I think the guy knows.
If he's been joking about it, a lot of times when you joke about something like that, there's real pain behind that. And
I
how
think he
you're
knows.
joking is you're coping. And he knows. He probably knows.
I agree.
I'd like to do that DNA thing, though.
They have a bunch
lot
of
people are
companies
doing
now.
it. Yeah, and I think it's getting more affordable because I think the last time I looked in, I was like, it seems like it's pretty steep. And it seemed like maybe the information wasn't that great. But yeah, I mean, some people are really finding out some stuff that, I think is pretty fascinating.
Yeah, I would love to find out. Is it a lie or is it real? Am I related to Billy the Kid like I've been told? I've been told that Billy the Kid is part of my ancestry chart.
I don't know that you get that information from it because my mom is really into this right now, and she's going back through and charting out our whole family tree, and I think she's done the DNA thing. And the DNA will let you know, like, what your lineage is, because she found out, like, we thought that we were just, like, Scottish and English, but she found out that there was some Irish lineage in there, too. So I'm part Irish. That's part of the mix. of what I got. And in the commercial that they have for one of the companies I saw, there was this guy and he was like all into, he thought he was German, like, you know, pretty much 100% German. They had
I heard
stories
that
and everything.
commercial,
Yeah, and then he finds out he's Scottish, and so now he's traded in his lederhosen for a kilt. It's kind of like what they do in the whole thing.
Our lederhosen for a kilt.
Yeah, so I think
Fake story.
I think it tells you that, but you would be able to find out, do you have any, you know, and how much percentage Native American are you? You'd be able to get that and have the paperwork on it. That you'd be able to find out.
I want to have a Native American off with you, Jay Bird, to see who's more, me or you.
From what I've been told that I've got a decent amount of Native American in me. That's what I've been told. I also been told that, you know, I'm related to Billy the Kid.
Yeah. Well, you could get the Native American. I don't think it would do the Billy the Kid.
Well, then what does? Because I've seen other people do this before, where they find out who was there in their life, who was in their family.
I think what it is when they do that TV show with the celebrities, they have somebody doing kind of the legwork of what my mom is doing. Like, you have to track back through
Ancestry.
You have to have the link. You have to know who to link it to. Like, for instance, my mom right now has got everything back. There's one missing link. There was somebody that signed the Declaration of Independence. And she's trying to make, there's one person, like one link, and the person that she needs to try to get a hold of, she's looking through records and courthouses and stuff like that, and she can't make this one link to officially link us to this one signer of the Declaration.
Are you related to George Washington?
No, he didn't sign the Declaration.
Ben Franklin? Thomas Edison? Any of those old fucks?
No, it was a guy named Rutledge, and he was a South Carolinian, and he had, I think his brother was on the Supreme Court. One of them signed the Declaration, one was in the Supreme Court. And so, obviously, that brings a lot of clout to your whole family tree, and so we're trying to find out. But for whatever reason, I can't remember if she's got somebody she's trying to connect with that won't connect with her, or she just can't make that actual, like, it looked like somebody might have been disowned, or somebody was kind of like...
Virginia, which one's cooler? Kevin's with the old Declaration of Independence guy, or Bird with Billy the Kid? I mean, Billy the Kid.
I got a pirate in mine. Captain Morgan.
A pirate beats Billy the Kid.
Yeah.
I don't know. Redbeard.
It wouldn't beat Billy the Marlin, but it would beat Billy the Kid.
If it's Redbeard or
Captain
someone
Morgan,
like...
yeah.
Nah.
It's in my lineage.
Captain Morgan. Like the drink?
No, it was the drink was named after a real guy named Captain Morgan. Morgan's Raiders. He was a real privateer. It was a pirate.
It's pretty impressive.
I think Billy the Kid's more impressive than a pirate.
I love rum, so I vote Kevin.
Thank you, Virginia.
If it's Red or Blackbeard,
It's rum.
Shit, this man.
It's rum.
Way fucking more exciting.
Billy the Kid don't even have... Where's Billy's beverage?
Kevin's talking about old people from the Declaration. Come on. What do you got, Sinicky? All you got is zingers.
My mom tells me that I'm from an Indian princess.
Oh, fuck that.
Indian princess, Native American.
Princess.
That's why I'm so high and mighty.
Oh, princess my ass.
Yeah, it's real. Ask Big Linda.
Of course, you come from a princess.
I think like every family has that one that we all hang our hat on this. You're a descendant of so-and-so. And yeah, what these DNA tests are showing is a lot of times just, no, your family's like lied to you. They completely have it wrong.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. As all these Pennsylvania son of a bitch has been lying to me about me being related to Billy the Kid.
Did they try to flower it up to make it look more fun and exciting?
Yes, and that's what I'm afraid of. This whole time I've been living a lie. I don't even know if I'm Italian.
Yeah. So a lot of people are doing these DNA tests and they're finding out shocking results and be like, oh my gosh, all this time, like I thought I was this and my family was lying to me.
We should do it. We should do that whole thing and do the testing and the results on the radio.
Yeah, I'd like to find out because I think that's what it does do. It does break down because it's based on your DNA and it'll say that you have lineage, this percentage that, this percentage this.
Oh, I would love to do that. I could finally.
We can have this Native American off.
I am so much more Native American than you. It's
No.
not even funny.
There's no way.
Well, this
How?
would settle the score.
Let's do it.
How?
You're being disrespectful.
Got another email here. Michelle said, I need your advice. Sunday, I found out my 15-year-old son had been drinking cough medicine.
Oh.
He has a bunk bed, so he had all the bottles under his blanket. Since his bed is so high up, I never thought of actually checking what was up there. I also found out that he stole $70 from his grandma, and he stole an old cell phone from my brother. He also stole a vape pen from his dad and made a video of him smoking, trying to look cool. I'm beyond upset with him. I literally flipped out when I found the money in his backpack, and after talking with him, he opened up claiming that he is depressed. He said he cries at nighttime, and that is when the depression hits him. Looking through his phone, I noticed he had a lot of stupid teenager videos that I'm sure he was sending to friends. He knows damn well he's not allowed to have social media, but of course he did. How else was he sharing these videos? To me, it seems like he is trying to get attention from the wrong types of friends. My son has awesome grades, and he keeps up with his schoolwork, so that's not an issue. His father and I are separated and have been for about 5 years. His dad thinks that he is making up this whole depression issue just to play the victim. As a mom, I can't take that lightly. I have no idea what is going on in his head, but if he's claiming to be depressed, I will be there for him and get him help. Am I doing the right thing? I don't see how being depressed can cause him to want to steal from his own family. Of course, he's grounded and he no longer has a room. He's allowed to go to his room just to grab his clothes, and he sleeps in the living room. The trust is now broken. I lost my mom when I was 15 and recently lost my dad 3 years ago. My son was very attached to my dad, and they were always together before and after school. I don't think my son ever grieved when he passed, and he misses that attention. It is hard to discipline teenagers. He has his phone because I do want him to have it at school for emergencies, but we downloaded an app where we can monitor his phone. He starts counseling tomorrow by his request. He could have easily OD'd on that stuff, and from looking at his phone, these kids are mixing the medicine with Sprite and candy. I did contact his school counselor and made her aware of everything. Any other advice? I really hope the counseling helps.
I think that hydrocodone, that's that sippy sip, that little Wayne.
Scissor.
Yeah, but I mean, if he's getting over-the-counter cough medicines, that's not the same as hydrocodone.
He might, but is he getting? That's we got to find out. Is it over the counter or is he getting hydrocodone? Because he can totally.
One is a narcotic that is definitely more serious. The other one is like NyQuil or.
You have to have a prescription for one.
Yes.
I knew somebody though that had a major problem with the night. They were taking NyQuil during the day because they were staying awake on it. They were getting some kind of a weird high. You can't mess around with that stuff either. But there's a chance it is hydrocodone as well.
Yeah.
Regardless of what it is, though, you have to take him and keep him on a regular schedule of therapy. You don't just go once. You don't just go twice. You say, okay, we got to make a commitment to this, and we're going to go once a week until we get you in a happy space where you feel good and where we feel good as your parents to be able to start putting back a little trust in you.
Because I see what the dad is saying. Look, don't use this as an excuse to get away with shit. And I see his point, but I also see the mom's point too, that she's worried about him. That he said there might be a combination of all of that going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's growing up. He's
tough.
It's tough. Now you're throwing in the sippy sip.
Lost grandpa.
The separation of the parents, the lost grandfather. It's a lot.
And I agree with the father. You can't always use your hardships as excuses to do bad behavior, but that's at least that's at least a reason why it's happening.
Yeah. I think you show them a lot of love. I think you set boundaries and you stick to them with the right punishments that you do. But I think you just hug on them. You love them. Say, hey, look, I'm here. I know you're going through a lot, and I've got sympathy for you, and I want to try to help you make it through this. I understand this is a tough time for you. Let them know that, somebody is at least trying to understand the emotions he's trying to go through, because that's a lot of heavy stuff for a kid that age.
So is tough love one of those things that's kind of going away now because of the depression and suicide issues that we hear about all the time?
I think there's a mix. I think that you can have tough love and you can have boundaries that are very strict that says, hey, look, here is how far you can go. And if you step over this, just so you understand, here's going to be the repercussions. I think the difference today is that you can do that without screaming and yelling at your kid. And I think that you can come up to them and say, look, hey, I love you. I'll give you a hug. But, I mean, here's the punishment. Here's the consequences. You understood the boundaries that were very clear and laid out to you. You're going to have to suffer through them. I'm going to try to help you through this. But, I mean, I think you can do a mix of both.
Because as a kid, I remember, and even as a teenager, if my parents would yell at me, I wouldn't respond that great to that. But if I felt like I truly disappointed them and made them sad from something I did, and they didn't yell at me, then I felt like a fuck face. I'm like, damn, I disappointed them. I'm with you. The yelling sometimes does not work.
No, I had to, when I was yelled at, had the exact same thing. It pushed me away, and I wanted to defy them, and I wanted to do even more to get yelled at. And when they treated me with the disappointment or more with understanding and love, I was like, you know what, I'm sorry. You're right. I am better than this. And I want to do better by you.
My brother told me a story, and I had never heard it, but when my brother's like 16 or 17, my dad caught him smoking cigarettes. He might have even been younger, and he thought my dad was going to flip out, and he goes, My dad didn't get mad. He just said, look, you're old enough to know right from wrong. I'm really disappointed in you. And my brother said he felt like such shit and didn't smoke cigarettes,
Yeah,
until he got older.
Yeah. I think a lot of times it's more effective to do it that way.
I'd rather have someone angry at me than disappoint them.
Yeah. It's really kind of true. So parents, I take that. It doesn't mean you have to be a pushover or anything like that. It just, means that,
It's got to be tough, though. I'm sorry. You were going to say something, Virginia?
You just got to be consistent and you got to be involved. I think that's sometimes, you're gonna be annoying to him a little bit, but you need to be in his grill. You need to be on him and involved in what he's got going on a lot more than you are.
But what about a situation where you are trying to do everything right as the parent? You are being loving. You're saying you can't do this, and they continue to fuck you over. He's still doing the cough syrup. You're trying to get him into therapy. Nothing's working, and you're not being an asshole about it. They're just not listening. What do you do as a parent? And they're still not 18 yet, so no one wants to throw their kid out.
I think you got to step up the therapy, and maybe you got to talk about, if he won't listen and he won't help, putting him at a different level school. And they have places where that's just places where these kids go check in. It sounds like it's juvie, but it's not like a juvie that's like court ordered.
I'm all for that. If you've tried everything,
you can't give up.
Agree.
And you got to stay on them, because when you give them space and time alone and they're prone to trouble, that's when the trouble's going to happen. You got to stay on them.
Just talking to a buddy of mine who said when he was 19, he was not in the right way. He just was always getting in trouble. His parents were disappointed, and then he joined the Navy, and he goes, holy shit, did I get my shit together after that?
Yeah, the Navy's like the hardcore stay on you.
Gives you a different outlook on life.
Well, he said going in as a 19-year-old and coming back out as like a 23-year-old, such different perspective. And he goes, I desperately needed some kind of structure like that. Because same situation. His parents were doing everything he could, wouldn't listen to him. He was being, defiant.
And I think, too, it sometimes reacted differently depending upon who you're getting that discipline from. Like sometimes it's hard for parents to give discipline to kids because that's almost where they need to be getting their love from. And so sometimes they rebel against that. When it's somebody that's like a drill instructor that is the one giving you the discipline, you're like going, okay, you take it differently.
He ain't your dad. He don't give a shit.
Yeah. So I think you take it differently, and I think you look at it. I think you receive it differently.
Well, you know your parents. You know what they're capable of and what they're not capable of. You don't know that drill sergeant.
Well, you know what? I noticed it with my daughter just with coaching. When I was coaching her and I would try to discipline her in coaching and be like going, hey, you messed up and you need to go run. Like she would revolt and we'd have problems and there's all kinds of issues.
Hell no, I'd bench her ass.
Her coaches, after I turned her over to somebody else, like they would have her run, do the exact same stuff. And she responded to it so much different because of who the discipline was coming from.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
She accepted it. With me, not so much. Victoria sent an email, and she said, just want to let you know, loving the show. The Think Fast game is comedy gold with Jason screaming and getting so excited with his answers. I was listening, cracking up with my headphones on when I was at Publix, and people must have thought I was crazy.
Screw them.
It didn't help that I was standing there with my legs crossed because I felt a trickle of pee coming out from laughing so hard. On a side note, I've had 5 kids, so bladder is kind of weaker these days.
Girl, preach.
She wanted to give a little confession, though, about a little endeavor I went on behind the scenes on your behalf. I know how much you guys love Big Brother. Virginia said many times how great it'd be for Jaybird to have his own reality show. Well, I loosely know a TV show producer who produced shows like Farm Kings, Curvy Girls, and A Dating Story, and also hosts the Reality of Reality podcast. And I reached out to her recently and pitched the idea of giving Jaybird his own reality show. Said he's so amusing, you ought to check him out. And so I guess she did check out some videos on her YouTube page, but said, not the right project for me at the right time. So I think she's passing for now. But anyway, I want to let you know that I was trying to push it and shop it around.
Well,
and I think you do need it.
That's very kind of you.
And I agree. How great would a Jaybird reality show be?
I'd watch it.
But let's say I did get on a Big Brother. Would you really? I mean, it's not only 3 months. It's like 5 months. There's press before and there's press after.
That's not ideal. I mean, that part really kind of sucks. I mean, if there was a way that we could work out where you could go into a room and we had, like, where you could go in there and talk about what was happening. But the problem is that, you know, they would have to worry about you finding out anything about the outside world in the show, and that's why that wouldn't work. It'd be great if that wasn't part of the show, and you could, like, be in the Big Brother house still doing the KVJ show.
Oh, yeah, but that's,
with us,
I mean,
but it just doesn't work out in the concepts of the show.
No.
So that part would be awesome. But
Curses.
Hey, you know what? Maybe we're stuck with Wheel of Fortune. We're still working on that.
Good.
and that's kind of cool. Ain't no shame if that's what you wind up with.
Don't let your dreams die.
Yeah, gotta say that's pretty good.
Big Brother would be so fun, though.
Big Brother would be amazing.
It would be surreal. If you got picked for Big Brother and you were a fan, the fact that you're in that house, you would not, you'd fucking shit.
I wouldn't want to do it just because I don't like head games and mind games.
You would be out quick.
I'd be out real quick because I would tell somebody, fuck you. They would hate me.
I think I got a good strategy. If I was to play, I think I would have a good strategy.
You'd be everybody's friend.
Oh, you try to be.
But you wouldn't be as obvious as Paul.
You can't be over, but you can't be the center of attention. You got to be
No.
about third tier.
Yes.
See, you got the strategy already worked out.
I do, actually.
Yeah, got it figured out. All right, well, that is it for us on a Tuesday, otherwise known as the day one of the first medical marijuana dispensary in Palm Beach County.
We drove by one yesterday.
That's the only one. You drove by the one.
Really? There's only one?
It's open, yeah, and it opens today. It is Knox Medical. It is on Lake Avenue and Dixie Highway in Lake Worth, right across from City Hall.
Huh, no, I was nowhere near there.
Okay, well, then you didn't drive by
There's
one.
there's another medical one, Kev. I swear to you.
Really?
Yes.
Well, then the news or nobody knows about it.
Well, it ain't the first on the news is wrong.
It's illegal, actually, if there's another one.
Yeah, this is the first legal
It was
medical marijuana dispensary to open its doors in Palm Beach County.
No, there's one on off of Military Trail. I just drove by it yesterday.
We got to let the news know then. No one else is aware of this.
What's the news's email?
Yeah. All right. Well, if anyone else knows where this other one is,
Someone back me up, please, because I'm going to think about this all day. Think I'm crazy. I know what I saw.
And when do you get your pot card? Is Denny's getting a pot card?
We're not at that point yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
okay. Well, now the second apparently dispensary, according to the KVJ show. Huh? Yeah.
Fucking blown away over here.
Yeah. Very surprised. The news will be too when they find out there's this is a non-story today.
Yeah, just because the news doesn't have it does not mean the news is all up and up on their shit.
Okay. All right.
And I say that to
Yeah.
all news outlets.
Yeah. Okay.
Not just all.
More fake news, huh?
I just think I don't think they cover everything. I think
okay.
I think the news can be wrong
Okay.
on every level.
They got
Talking
this
about
one wrong.
the big
Well,
dogs.
hey, I would hate to go against you and Denny's when it comes to weeds.
Well, look, if there is a
On this one, they may know more than
Yeah,
the news.
right.
if there's a second one, and it might not be open yet, but they had the signs and everything.
Yeah, I think they have another one that they're trying to get open, but there are some legal wranglings with the second one. So I believe they do have the facade on a second one ready.
That might have been what I saw. Then.
yeah,
the
but the
facade
first one's opening.
Is a facade.
Is a facade. It is not legal to operate yet. They're still trying to push that one through.
Interesting.
Yeah, so
Oh,
this is the
interesting.
first of many, I'm sure, to come. So, all right, y'all have an amazing day. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.